All right, let's try out another database function here. Now, like I said earlier, we were working with the d-average. D-average is just like the way it's created, just like the dsum. We're going to take a look at another one here, exactly the same, just a different function. We did dsum, we did a d-average. Let's try a DCOUNT. So this time, just to create some separation, I'm going to highlight my H2 to I2 cells, just the division and category header. I'm going to copy that, drop down below. Let's see, where should I go? I'll go down to, we'll separate it maybe by a couple. I'll go down to H8, and I'm just going to paste that in. So I just Control-C, copy, drop down, Control-V, paste it in. And let's see, I'll do a category again. So this time I'm going to choose something different. I'm going to do supplies. There we go for my category. And I won't worry about division for right now, at least. But now I want to get the count. I want to know how many sales were done with the category of supplies. That's it. DCOUNT. So inside of J8, or just to the right of your category header, I'll put in a count. I'm going to drop down. Maybe I'll format that. I'm a stickler for formatting. I got to make it look consistent. I love the format painter as well. It's an awesome, awesome tool. All right, I'm just bumping up the font size on that one. Let's apply that over here. All right, totally unnecessary, but it just makes it look better. You can pause the video. You can format your headers and your text, whatever you want to do, and then jump right back in. All right. Now that I'm done formatting, that's it. All right. So J9, I'm now going to get a count of the sales column where the category is equal to supplies. Okay. Now, so I'll jump into J9, or just to the right of supplies, and I'll start typing this one in, equals DCOUNT. Now I want to point something out here. With a DCOUNT, we have a DCOUNT function and we have a DCOUNTA function. Now DCOUNT, this one counts the cells containing numbers. So we're going to count the sales column, their numeric values. But if you were trying to count something that was non-numeric, it was an alpha value, A, B, C, D, right? It was text. Then you'd want to use the DCOUNTA function. Okay? DCOUNT will only count numbers. DCOUNTA will count every type of value. Whether it's numeric or text, doesn't matter. The only thing that won't count is blank cells. It leaves those alone. All right, so I'm going to use the DCOUNT function because I'm going to be counting the total sales column there. So just like before, like I said, it's exactly the same. We got the database. So I'm going to grab A1 to F59. I'll do comma. The next thing we want to know is the field. So I'm going to grab F1. That's the column we want to count. Comma. And the last part, your criteria. So here I'm going to grab I8 to I9. That's my category header, matches this one, and I got my supplies criteria. I'm going to close my parentheses, hit my enter key, and we've got 4. So there is 4 entries in here, and we counted 4 total sales values for the supplies category. Just like that. Very cool. Again, no filtering, no sorting, nothing else done. It's all built directly into the calculation. Now I want to point out just a couple of quick little things, then we'll wrap up these database functions. One, I mentioned this earlier. Your header, your criteria, they have to match the spelling that's done inside your list. Even if it's something small. If I replace this with categories, right, and make it a plural, then it's going to break it. It doesn't work because that does not match the header here. Okay, let's undo that. Control Z. If I misspell supplies, the same thing. If I accidentally put a space, and I see people do this a lot, they'll type in a value, and it's just second nature. It's just instinct. We hit the space bar. So I hit my space bar there. I've now got a space in between supplies and the end there. And that space is going to mess it up. If I hit my enter key, I've now got a 0. Because that right there no longer matches the supplies over here. Because these supplies don't have an extra space. So I get back in there, I backspace that out, hit my enter key, and it'll update my formula. So just watch for that. A little tip, make sure things are spelled properly. They match what's in the data. I do, my spelling is horrible if you haven't noticed already. So watch for those things. Something else, we've seen the DSUM, the DAverage, and the DCOUNT. Now if I get back into just an empty cell to show you here, if I do equals D, we've got one for, there's a bunch of them in here, but we got DAverage, we got DCOUNT, DCOUNT A, we got DGet, we got DMax, DMin, and DSUM, and some standard deviation and dProduct in there as well. So there's several different database functions. Well worth your time to dig in and see what's available for you. What I showed you here is perhaps the most common ones. DSUM, DAverage, and DCOUNT. Those are the most common database functions that I see being used inside of Microsoft Excel. But well worth your time to take a look at what other database functions are available to you inside of Excel. So try these out, get some practice with it. Even better yet, if you open up one of your own Excel files, like a working file, see how you can use it there. How can you use a database function to sum up a range of cells or average or count a range of cells based on criteria? Try it out.